December 10th, 2022, I posted 3,794 to the Anachronisms blog. It's called Some More Things About Marie. Since she grew up in Arkansas and spent most of her adult life in Detroit, she had a sort of lazy Midwestern accent, which is pretty much an oxymoron. On Thanksgiving and sometimes Christmas and other special family meals, she often made a dish I would otherwise despise, but since it came from her, it was nothing but greatness. Sweet potatoes with syrup and marshmallows. Is it because I am now diabetic that it has been over 30 years since we all sat down to one of her meals together that I cannot remember her signature desserts quite so easily as I obviously should? My dad's absolute must-have was, I believe, a banana walnut double or triple layer cake with white frosting. And I do remember those. And as I think about it more, it was truly amazing to the senses, and I am pretty sure it was my favorite as well. Though there were certainly desserts too numerous to taste all of in one holiday that is also something I remember. Cornbread was a household staple, period. And of evening and or throughout the day, there would be the occasional solo individual who just could not get enough, which would be anyone in that household after a meal has been served, who'd be eating cornbread with milk poured over it with a long spoon out of a tea glass. The Mr. to Marie, my grandfather, would do this very shortly before he hit the hay of an evening, but rather than with regular milk, his cornbread would be swimming in buttermilk. May I take a moment to interject here, for the sake of some attention, perhaps, or a bit of pity, I don't know. Never pity, but maybe more as a hint that will never even be seen, much less acted upon by what remains of my family, that these things are so vivid to me. I am most certain because I just made my way through my 8th Thanksgiving alone, and soon will be encountering the 8th Christmas I've had in a row, just as with the 8 Thanksgivings, wherein I'll be spending its duration without a soul other than myself in my coffin-sized apartment. I just add that, much to my elation, I received a care package, I must add, from my mom and sister last year shortly after Christmas, which included all the standard sweet fare from the family's Christmas. And so therefore much of what was included were sweetstuffs that filled me with such nostalgia it seemed impossible to imagine today, nearly a year ago later, as many of the goodies were made with the same care by the same hands, using the same recipes of those from which I indulged so greedily during my childhood and youth. Now that I'm hungry for things that I'm sure I can not find in order to become sated for the rest of this evening, and my stomach has become grumbly for the very same reason, I believe that's where I'll have to stop on this, my second short list of things about Marie in under a week, which, as you can see, turned out to be just as much about me.